Hello, it is Thursday, the 13th of October 2022. Those of you who follow my feed are probably aware of my current obsession, which is LaserDisc. Despite the pretty big impediment of not actually having a working LaserDisc player, I have fallen into the trap of buying lots of movies on LaserDisc. So you might be moderately interested in this, and I acknowledge that's a pretty big assumption in what I'm doing here, which is opening a box of LaserDiscs that I recently bought. There's a stack of, I think there's 15. I can't quite remember what I paid for, so I'm just going to open it, have a look, and share my observations, if you will indulge me. I didn't film myself actually opening the box and removing all the packaging because, that would have been awkward and boring. So, so let's have a look. And yeah, I know the carpet is really grotty. Just don't judge me. All right, what have we got here? Race with the Devil, CBS Fox. Peter Fonda and Warren Oates. And Loretta Swit. I'm a big Warren Oates fan. Why have I not heard of this film? What year is it? 1975, is it? Yeah. Directed by Jack Starrett, who, if I'm not mistaken, he was Gabby Johnson in Blazing Saddles, and also he was one of the cops who roughed up Rambo in First Blood. He was the one that ended up plunging to his death out of the helicopter. It's a pretty big hole in my movie knowledge. Why have I? Yeah, haven't I not heard of this one? Yeah. Okay. Here's one I have heard of. Atlantic City, 1980, I believe. The Louis Malle film. Burt Lancaster, Susan Sarandon. This is a really, really good movie. I have it on DVD. I have seen it. It's 3 Academy Award nominations. Yeah. So, Atlantic City. Okay. Right. What the hell is this? Colonel Culpepper's Flying Circus. Right, nothing to do with Monty Python, I assume. What is this? BBC? Is it? I think is it like a documentary about planes or something? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Zorro the Gay Blade. I have heard of this film. I've not seen it. George Hamilton. I think this was from 1980 or 81. I think 1980. Yeah, 1981. I've not seen it, although the director, Peter Medak, he directed The Ruling Class, the Peter O'Toole film I saw recently. So yeah, okay. What is this? What? 3 of a Kind. No idea what this is. Another BBC. Okay. Lenny Henry, Tracy Ullman, and David Copperfield. Oh, okay. So it's produced by Paul Jackson. So it's a alternative comedy, 80s sort of thing. Okay. So a comedy show. Right. Okay. Easter Parade. Okay. Yep. Classic musical. I have seen this. I've got the DVD. I have watched it. I couldn't tell you a thing about it. But I mean, Judy Garland, Fred Astaire. So it's got to be good. Yeah, okay. It's MGM, so yeah, there we go. Oh, what is this? This looks interesting. Avalanche Express, 20th Century Fox. Holy crap. Robert Shaw, Lee Marvin, Linda Evans. I've not heard of this. I can't believe Robert Shaw and Lee Marvin were in a movie together. Like, that must have been insane. Like, did they have drinking competitions? I feel sorry for whoever the director was. Joe Namath is in this. Maximilian Schell. Joe Namath. I didn't realize he was in movies, but okay. Yeah. That's interesting. This has got to be worth watching. I mean, Robert Shaw, Lee Marvin, What is it? Oh, here we go. KGB boss Robert Shaw. So there's got to be some comedy Russian accents in this one. Yeah, okay. Oh, hello, Dolly, the 1969 musical. This is the movie that almost bankrupted 20th Century Fox, baby. Yeah, this is a pretty bad movie. Directed by Gene Kelly. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that this was Gene Kelly's last movie as director, or the fact that Xanadu was the last movie he starred in. Yeah, okay. Well, it's well. What is this? More Culpeper. The Culpeper Cattle Company. Oh, it's like a western. Okay, not heard of it. Heard of some of the people in it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 1972, I think. Is that? Yeah. Okay. So 50-year-old movie. Yeah. Well, here we go. Here we go. Being There. Yep. The great Hal Ashby film. This is one of my favorite films. You know, I like to tell people that it's a savage parody of Forrest Gump that came out 15 years before Forrest Gump. It's not entirely true, but it kind of is. Based on the novel by Jerzy Kosinski, which I've not read. Peter Sellers is absolutely amazing in this. I think we all like to think this was his last movie, going out on a high. This was in 1979. He died in 1980. But unfortunately, he made the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu after this, and that's a pretty bad movie. But we'll all forget that. We'll pretend that this was his last movie as Chance the Gardener, aka Chauncey Gardner. Peter Sellers. He was nominated for Academy Award. He should have won. Best Actor, he didn't. He was beaten by Dustin Hoffman for Kramer versus Kramer. But yeah, all these people in the movie sort of mistaking simple-minded utterances for wisdom. It's a very prescient, satirical film. I'm very lucky that about 4 or 5 years ago I got to see it on the big screen as part of a Hal Ashby retrospective, and it's just an amazing film. And it feels like it's still in. I don't think any of these things have been. They're all still in their shrink wrap. I mean, I think they're all in mint condition. I think, yeah, so. I do have this movie on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and now I have it on LaserDisc. So yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ Superstar. I love this movie. I love the musical. Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. This is the 1973 Norman Jewison film version. Big fan of this movie. I've never actually seen the show live on stage, surprisingly, but I love this movie. My favorite iteration of Jesus Christ Superstar is the original 1970 concept album, but this is a very close second. It's got, it's very well made. The music is great. Carl Anderson as Judas is terrific. Barry Dennen as Pontius Pilate. I really like his performance. And again, still in its wrap. This is, I'm glad to have this one. Ho, yes. All That Jazz. One of my favorite movies. Semi-autobiographical film by Bob Fosse, his second last feature film. This is, a great movie from 1979. Roy Scheider as Fosse's alter ego, Joe Gideon, is just an absolutely fantastic performance. He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor, Roy Scheider. Unfortunately, he didn't win. He should have won, but he was beaten by Dustin Hoffman for Kramer versus Kramer. But yeah, I don't know why more people don't talk about Roy Scheider. I mean, I've said this before. I mean, we think of those actors in the 1970s who all had great runs of films that we had. Nicholson, Hackman, Redford, Hoffman, Pacino, De Niro. No one really talks about Roy Scheider. I mean, he was The French Connection, The 7-Ups, Jaws, Sorcerer, all that jazz. He was just. He was one of the world's great actors, and I think we all kind of take him for granted. So, and this is probably his best performance. This is an amazing film, and just utterly gorgeous. This sleeve and everything is. It's just, yeah, okay. All right, Breaking Away. Yeah, this is a good film, 1979. Sort of a sort of a slice of life film. Peter Yates directed it. He's the same guy who directed Steve McQueen in Bullet, and then he directed The Deep. He's a pretty diverse filmography. But yeah, Dennis Christopher, Dennis Quaid, Daniel Stern, Jackie Earle Haley. Yeah, it's sort of an ensemble, like coming of age film. So it's like it doesn't really have a lead. So nobody was nominated for Best Actor in 1979 for this one. Although I'm sure if someone was, they would have got beaten by Dustin Hoffman for Kramer versus Kramer. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, here we go. Heaven Can Wait. Yep, Warren Beatty, Julie Christie. I think Warren Beatty directed this one as well. Co-directed with Buck Henry. Okay. Yeah, this is a good film. It's a remake of a film. Here Comes Mr. Jordan with Claude Rains. I prefer the original, but Heaven Can Wait is pretty good. It's interesting that one of the amusing things about this is that the sort of antagonist, played by Charles Grodin, his character is called Tony Abbott, and if you're an Australian, then that's kind of funny because Tony Abbott was the name of one of our prime ministers, not one of the very definitely not one of the better ones. So it's kind of funny that we've got an arsehole character in this called Tony Abbott. Yeah, so yeah, very good looking release this. I think this is the last one. What is this? Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. Okay, so it's a Charles Schulz Peanuts adaptation animated film, 74 minutes. Okay, so I guess this one must be one of those animated Peanuts TV movie things. I haven't actually seen any of these Charles Schulz animated films for like literally decades, so I don't know what this one is. It's got to be better than that Culpepper's Flying Circus thing, I'll say that much. Yeah, okay. So that is it, I think. Yeah. So I mean, it was only $40, so it wasn't a massive investment, but I mean, I will say that, all that jazz being there, Breaking Away, Jesus Christ Superstar, I mean, those films alone, I would have paid $40 for those. So, everything else is just gravy. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep watching movies.